Hey, this is Joy from Rosa Tea. Welcome to Tea Time on Tuesdays at 2. This is a weekly series that I record every week on Tuesdays at 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. And I intend these videos to be informational, educational, or inspirational. Today's topic of conversation is caffeine-free tea. Have you had caffeine-free tea? I do drink caffeine-free tea, but typically my day has a lot of caffeine in it. I normally do start my day with a black tea or a mate, depending on where my journey takes me that day. And I normally have tea right around now in the afternoon. And then most evenings, instead of having a snack before bed, I try to make myself a cup of tea. It kind of curbs my cravings, evens out my blood sugar, and quite honestly, it helps me sleep. But I've been doing this long enough to know that there are a lot of you who live a caffeine-free lifestyle. Well, in my adult life, I don't think I've ever gone a day without caffeine until yesterday. So I had an extremely long weekend of travel. I was gone 3 nights in 3 hotels to bring the tea to as many people as I possibly could. So I got back Sunday night, kind of had a hard time sleeping, quite frankly. So on Monday morning, I just decided I was going to change things up a little bit and see how I felt if I had a caffeine-free day. Quite frankly, I've just never done that before. I will be honest with you, I am working at home right now. So yesterday and today, I've been completely caffeine-free, and I'm working at home, which honestly that does mean a lot of computer work, so I need mental alertness. But I am sitting down, and it's not necessarily a very physically strenuous type activities when I'm working at home. But I had a really long day yesterday, and I was completely caffeine free. I had a cup in the morning. I did have one again mid-morning. I had one mid-afternoon, and I didn't have another one until much later in the evening. So I did have 4 cups of tea, and I chose them all to be Rooibos. If you aren't familiar with that, I'm going to talk a little bit about red Rooibos tea. And I felt just fine. I don't know what I was expecting. I wasn't really expecting anything. I just knew I had the backup of working at home, that if I changed my mind, I was going to have some caffeine. It was just something I kind of decided to do. So it's been 36 hours with no caffeine, and I feel fine. But I will tell you, I think I have kind of a guess at why I'm not having any caffeine withdrawals. I'm eating really good. I'm drinking lots of water in between my tea times, so I'm staying hydrated, and I feel just fine. So I'm really curious to know, have you ever done this? Have you ever considered it? I'm kind of interested, if you are watching this video right now, 2 things, okay? Tell me, first of all, like the video, okay, friends? I know hundreds and hundreds of you watch these videos, but I sure would love to get some feedback. So do me a favor, if you're watching, hit the like button. And second, I'm really curious to know, is your tea habit kind of robotic? Do you wake up and steep tea because you know you need the caffeine before you even have a thought, before you really think about it? Do you check in with yourself and think, did I sleep okay? Could I just have maybe a green or white tea with just a smidge of caffeine to get my morning started? Are you more robotic about your tea drinking? Quite frankly, I'm not robotic about my tea drinking. It's not just something that happens at a certain time during the day. I literally crave it. I love it. I love the way it tastes. I look forward to having a cup of tea, and it is definitely thought-provoking. I really make a conscious decision. I check in with myself. I see how I feel, and then I make a decision which tea I'm going to drink. But quite frankly, friends, I also have the luxury of having 80 flavors of tea at my disposal, and I realize that you might not. So I really would like your input on this. So, the first thing I'm going to talk about today is Rooibos. Rooibos is how you pronounce it. I know it's a really funny word. We do sell red Rooibos tea by itself, completely plain. If you are an unflavored kind of person, no problem. We do have it. It's a funny word. It grows in South Africa. It's known as the red tea, and it is gorgeous. It is so beautiful. It really steeps up like a clay type red, and it's beautiful, and it has a ton of antioxidants. Red Rooibos tea has absolutely no caffeine, so that's why we're talking about it here today. And we have added it to 8 different flavors. So if you want a mint, if you want chocolate, if you want a berry, if you want spice like cinnamon in your tea, we have got it for you. We have so many choices. So even if you decide to be caffeine free for a few days like myself, or that's your lifestyle, we have lots and lots of things that will keep your taste buds satisfied. So in addition to all the antioxidants that red Rooibos tea, did you know it's actually good for your skin? I love that. I love that tea can actually have health benefits for you. It's good for your skin, your elasticity, and also bone health, which is fabulous because we keep hearing from the professionals, exercise, right? You have to exercise. Yes, I know, but sometimes life gets in the way and my bones still crave nourishment, and you can get that from Rooibos tea. Rooibos is known to be good for headaches, inflammation, and insomnia. I have been in business for 8 years. I am a pop-up style vendor, which means I do not have a retail store. So I bring my product to an event and I pop up my product behind a table, and I talk to customers, thousands every weekend. And people, honestly, quite frankly, Americans, we seem to suffer a lot from headaches, inflammation, or insomnia. And I want you to know we have a tea for that. Don't be scared just because it's a funny word. Now it shouldn't be so funny anymore because I've said Rooibos so many times.